now. Hey there everyone, welcome back to Star Fox Command, and today we'll be in Aquas Beneath the Waves. Now, Aquas has been it's been a level, it's Slippy's homeworld, and it's a level that in 64 was not exactly the best level in the world. Originally in the original Star Fox 64, Aquas was pretty much the darkest level in the entire game. And the problem with it being the darkest level in the entire game was that the N64 didn't have a great lighting. It didn't, well, with it being dim, so dim, it was kind of hard to go through. I believe Aquas was one of the few levels that you could mission accomplish no matter what, because there was no secret boss or any type of secret thing to do because you're in a submarine. But that's neither here nor there. Either way, I've heard and I've seen Aquas, and it looks awful. In the 3DS remake of Aquas, however, you did get to see, like, it updated everything, just like how in Zelda Ocarina of Time, did everything different on the 3DS version of Star Fox of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Like, it did the item system better, so the water temple was better, and they also fixed some of the things with the water temple. Excuse me. You didn't have to work. So, it did that the same thing in Star Fox Command 3D. Now, one character we got introduced to in this part was Slippy's fiancée, Amanda. Amanda is an anthropomorphic fictional female frog and the love interest of the impossible future wife of the Star Fox team mechanic Slippy Toad. Two met and fell in love on the planet Aquas sometime after the events of Star Fox Assault, but somewhere before the beginning of Star Fox Command. She appears to be very pushy, to be kept on the sidelines, but it all seems to stem from her undying devotion to her fiancé and wanting to fight by his side. Perhaps it's also to keep from feeling useless. She is very protective and caring towards Slippy and is not afraid to show it. She pilots Tadpole as her personal ship, which has twin lasers. And we'll be seeing some of Amanda's gameplay after this turn, once we get to the mothership section. Amanda does make an appearance later on in the game and a few other of the storylines and endings. She usually makes appearances if you have to go Aquas at all, or Slippy's ever involved in the story. But, here we go. We'll go with Phlox McCloud first off. One thing about the enemies in Star Fox Command is that some of them are very annoying and some of them are very easy. It's interesting how they kept the enemy variety up. Like this giant manta ray mini-boss thing, you only have to fight him. He's very easy. Look at that, how I took him down so quickly. But then there are other enemies that take multiple run-throughs and everything to finish off and defeat. Star Fox Command has no real mid-bosses, to my knowledge. You could call that manta ray enemy like mid-boss, quote-unquote. But to my knowledge, I don't really see any major, I don't really see anything about mid-bosses in this game at all. Which is not that bad. You don't really need a boss in between levels every time. I'm just gonna say this right now, and one of the later storylines, I think it's like storyline C or D, Aquas has one of the most annoying bosses in the world, and we'll be seeing Amanda and hearing her music right now. I'll go over the Aquas boss later. And that's Amanda's gameplay and music. She likes to use twin lasers, and she also has... in the last part I mentioned how she has a worse ship than Slippy does. It's because the reason why her ship is even worse than Slippy is because hers doesn't actually have the benefits that Slippy's does. Slippy's ship... And mind you, this is not me being sexist. Slippy's ship has, for one thing, a larger health bar while having a smaller barrel roll bar or action bar. Amanda's ship has a smaller health bar and a small action bar, so she gets no benefits from anything of having her smaller health bar. Nothing really good comes from her that much. If you don't want to be useless, have a better ship. It's air fighters. Something you might have noticed, and I know, well, not might have noticed, you did notice. We're not in a submarine for this section, for this part. Star Fox Command Inn have a lot of. There are no other vehicles other than the ships in this game. I'm sad to say. So no, there are no tanks. There are no submarines. No, you're just going to be in your R-wing or you're going to be in your ships individually all throughout the game. I don't think I ever did show off Falco's, we ever did get to hear Falco's music, did we? Because he came up here, that was the reason. Yeah, so later on I'll be letting you all hear his music. And seeing his gameplay by itself. But I might as well go over it now while I have a chance. Falco uses a multi-lock, he uses multi-lock for his ship, which means that he basically can lock on multiple enemies at the exact same time, and then hit them all for damage. He can't really do a lot of damage, however, due to this, but missiles get taken down by one fully charged shot anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, it looks like we won't be seeing Falco's gameplay this time. Or seeing it really in action that much. Well, it's keeping you in suspense, isn't it, viewer? Once again, taking down this Slippy is a very annoying process. One thing I like about the music that comes whenever you're going after a missile is the fact that the music sounds, it's so tense, like this is such a huge issue that this missile's coming. Because any enemy that touches the Great Fox missile destroys it, but the missile by itself, if you don't take it down, it actually can be such a dangerous threat to the Great Fox. And now we'll be taking on this area with Amanda. Amanda Toad. I actually don't know, did it say? She's a frog. Did I ever mention that the names of Star Fox are misnomers? The only, take for example Slippy. Slippy Toad is a frog. Falco Lombardi isn't actually a falcon. Falco isn't. Most of their names are misnomers. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but I know, for example, Slippy isn't actually a toad. He's a frog. They did that for all the characters except for Fox, who is a fox. Like Peppy Hare is a hare, but other ones aren't. One thing I don't like about the barrel rolling in this game is the fact that when you're going to fight something like that, like a mothership, you're going up to it. Characters like Slippy and Amanda probably have some of the most annoying, because their barrel roll is so small. It can be one of the most annoying things to do because you have to time it just right to get it through right. And if you mess up your barrel roll, you're dead. Along with not having a lot to any real mid bosses, Star Fox Command also doesn't have a lot of bosses. And if you take the normal route throughout the game, you have a very easy time. It's not until you get to like really different storylines that you start getting the major challenges, which means playing as Leon on Star Wolf. God, that guy sucks. Yeah, Slippy. Real men don't cry. No man cries. That's totally realistic. Because if you're a man, you cry, you're obviously a wimp. Slippy wasn't wonderful. He's never wonderful. He's never even wonderful when he does his own job. He's always falling down in his face. He reminds me a lot of like what I thought Double would have been from Mega Man X4. Oh, I won't go freaking out. What? Falco, you douchebag! How could you not tell me this before? You could tell me this over the phone. Now I'm getting filled with grief and pain and strife. How could you not tell me that she's a part of Star? I really don't care. Yeah, see, Star Wolf has their own storyline that goes on, so you actually have to, as the game goes on, you actually, when you play as them, they'll actually go to Venom as well as Star Fox in some of the storylines. Fox, can you hear me? Alright, and next time we'll be going to the Asteroid Belt, and I can explain why going to Asteroid Belts in general in the game is very annoying. But I will leave you all until next time, when I see you all in the next part of Star Fox Command. You can enjoy the rest of the cutscene. I'll see you later.